Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review, where we like to take our favorite shows, whether they're in the realm of sci-fi, superhero, horror. We don't care. We're here for the content. And if we like it, we love it. And if we hate it, goddamn it, you're going to hear about it. And today, we're going to keep this train moving. That's right, Black Lightning is chugging on towards the end of its series. And with only a few episodes left, it's leaving us wondering.
One episode left.
One episode left.
Next week is the end.
How will the Pierces fare against their ultimate challenge of Tobias Wells? Now, with that going on, a lot of questions were asked, a lot of them unanswered, and we're just trying to see where we're going to end up after next week's episode. So, to keep this train moving, let's go through the room and give everybody's first impressions. Christian, how'd you feel?
This episode was fine, but I feel like, and I know this is probably kind of too late in the game to say this, now we got a clearer picture of the individuals that dragged the season down.
Okay. What about you, John?
I thought it was good. It's looking like these last few episodes are the ray of sunshine in this sea of shit.
Say it.
I gotta agree with John. Also Christian. Yeah, pretty much exactly. It's moving along. Things are being resolved that didn't need to be dragged on as long, and I'm here for it.
Honestly, I have mixed reviews about this episode. Although I did get some questions and answers. Utterly, it was vegan burrito. It's food, but is it really? So, let's go ahead and kick this off with the goods. What were some of the goods of this episode?
I got a good. My first good is Jen learned consequences to her actions.
Did she?
Did she?
She cried, and that
counts.
That counts for me. You know, it doesn't even count. It made me happy.
Okay.
So I got a good. And it's Lynn related, so get ready. It's like someone on the show was reading this script and was like, God damn, this season was horrible. And I need to acknowledge it, but I need to figure out when to do it. So Gamby's homegirl was giving Lynn all the props and was telling her, like, you're a fucking genius. There's nothing wrong with you. It's the show. The script made you do all that shit. The script made the fans hate you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're awesome. And Lynn was like, I know. and that's all I ever wanted was to put some fucking respect on Lynn's name.
Yeah.
So I had a few goods. First, like I keep saying, Khalil. Sorry. First, I gotta say Khalil has just been carrying the show. Mm-hmm. His fight between Foot Locker Ninja.
Talking about Kaka Bandit.
I call him Adidas Man now.
Was so embarrassingly.
I call him the British Knight. British Knife Band.
I like to call him the Fubu Fool.
But Adidas was fast.
I call it Rachel Gold.
Rachel what?
Gold.
Well, with the many days we have for him, this fight was so one-sided.
I said this was gonna happen. Last week I said it can only go one of two.
Yeah, one way.
One of two ways. Either they're going to have to elevate Adidas Man up so that it could be an equal fight, or Khalil was going to fold him, and Khalil folded him like laundry.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Like for a second, I was like, wait, did they elevate Rachel Goon? And I was like, he getting some hits in he shouldn't be getting, and like he's knocking Khalil down. But it was all part of the plan.
No, what got me was Khalil before the fight was like, handle my lightweight, and then as they were fighting, he was like, I don't even need my weapons. I'm gonna take yours and then beat you. And then what got me was as Fubu Fu was losing, He was like, you cheated. This is a fight to the death. Second of all, you already knew what his power set was. Third, you were fighting him knowing that his blood is poisonous with knives.
4, where did this honor bullshit come from? Like, let's be real. You didn't kill 99 whatever high level meta.
Exactly.
There's no way you did that. You clipped some homeless people to get your numbers up.
And I've been saying this for weeks now. I'm like, he's supposed to be such the shit. It is not clicking up. He killed weak metas. I've been saying that forever because I'm like, you mean to tell me Khalil? Okay, and look, I know some people want to ignore it, but I gotta acknowledge it because fucking Tobias acknowledges it in the episode. The worlds are connected.
Yeah.
In a world with the Flash and now Superman, the Legends of Tomorrow, you killed 99 metas?
No, he didn't.
Exactly. There's no fucking way. You came to Cleveland. Cleveland. You came
To
to
Atlanta.
Atlanta. You came to Atlanta, and you think you can just
Boast your resume.
boast your resume by killing D4L and them, and you think because that's all he did. He did not kill legit metal. He killed them franchise boys in D4L, and then he wrote 99.
And then he put Lala in cement.
Exactly. That ain't even a death as far as I'm concerned. You just put his life on pause.
That's a question mark.
Exactly.
You got a lot of asterisks by your name.
Exactly.
So we know he full of shit. Another good that I have to go to, although it's couched in, I'm gonna just say the first part because the other part is a bad. But the good I have to go into is the lieutenant dude, the cop.
Yeah.
Could share with.
Bruh man.
Bruh
When Bruh man approached the chief and was like, "Yo, you wildin'," because the chief was like, "All right, I need to catch lightning, so I'm gonna give policemen drugs, and then we can finally take her down." And he was like, "No."
I got a lot to say about that. It was bad.
He was like, "Let me get this straight. Because we get a little history into Miss
Insight,
into her.
Thank for later.
But then all it comes down to, he was like, "You are a hypocrite," and he was like, "Why won't you actually let us do police work since we're the police?" And then she sat there all quiet and jumped off because she needed it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it took him to finally break through.
Shocked she didn't say nothing like it. I'm actually shocked she didn't be like, "You question me, nigga, you fired." like I have expected.
But she won't let him quit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that
don't
was
get
kind of the weird disconnect for me because throughout the entire season he's questioning every move you made. Why do you keep this man around? He is clearly not gonna do what you say, or if he does, he's gonna do it with he's gonna do it questioningly.
Because he's the best there is right now.
I guess.
Another good that I have. I'm sorry, Jefferson needed this ass whooping. I'm sorry.
He kind of did. That's what he get for not taking Gamby.
That's what Gamby was like. You don't have no powers. You fight a man with the strength of 3 people. And
We ain't letting off of that.
and you at least need a hitter in your corner. He's like, "Nah, I got this by myself. I got a beater buzzer, right?" And all
Like that light was so red.
and it was
A, B, it was so fucking big. C, he didn't even have it on him. He had to take it out of his pocket. I'm like,
No.
now if I see this shit.
Think about how weird this is. I'm in a fight and I need to touch a graw bed behind his neck.
There's no way.
There's no.
You're not a fucking barber.
And then on top of that, he was like, "What is this? You trying to kill me?" And then Jefferson proceeds to tell him exactly. He's like, "No, this is a device built by Gabby. It's supposed to destroy your memory so you don't remember who we are." I was like, "Why are you telling him this? Why would you tell him this?" And then Tobias Big, who he is, said, racial slur, Negro." And then folded him up as, "I'm going to beat you like I did your daddy."
which is poetic. I kind of did actually like that scene. I don't know why. I don't know why.
This is the first time
I'm not supposed to root against the hero.
This is the first time I've ever had respect for Tobias Wells. The only thing that would have made it better is that when Jefferson walked in, Tobias was at his daddy's couch jacking off.
It's a picture of his sister.
Welcome home, Negro Glowworm.
So I'm sure I have a good. Y'all mentioned a lot of my goods, but I think I'm ready. There wasn't really much else to stand out besides people were just acting like competent people.
Sometimes.
For the most part. But yeah, I'm just ready to move on to the bad.
I got one more good. Sorry, one more. One more good is that captain finally got called out for the skank she was. now it's publicized across all social media.
Not really. I think she just got embarrassed.
No.
Like,
it showed the level of hate that she had, and those, mind you, make up a large portion of citizens in Freeland.
People of color.
Especially people of color. So you just told them that they need to be exterminated off the earth right after Markovitz was using them as test subjects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all the way bad, and that's why she did what she did, because she knew she was about to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into these bads. First, Jen, get your ass over here.
Jen first.
Jen first.
We don't learn lessons, because this heifer was like,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
if I could go back to the ionosphere.
I forgot about that.
Excuse me? Excuse me. What?
I've given up on that. I've completely.
I need-
But see, this just goes back to what I was saying in the preview when I was like, you could tell that there's a deep divide of the characters in this season that weighted down and the characters in this season that elevated, and she's one of those characters.
And the part where old dude was dying and he was pretty much like, you got the juice now. I was like, he is a teenage boy, probably dying a virgin like Khalil was. I'm pretty sure he was like, I died without getting some pussy. That was probably going through his mind, not be the best superhero you can be.
Exactly.
Like, nobody cares about that.
And then like on top of that, and then TC is so weak. Like, instead of telling her no, you still like bend the knee to her.
He's an enabler, and we all know that he's in love with her.
And
I gotta put some of this on Jefferson too, because he told her at the very beginning of the episode, the city needs lightning.
Exactly. When she was like, I don't think I can be lightning anymore, he should have been like, damn, that's fucked up. And then it should have been like, last night I saw a hero, he was black.
So here's my thing about that. Of course he's going to say that because she is the only one with powers as flimsy as they are right now. But the thing is, yeah, the city needs her, but that's because you're the only choice we have.
Well, not just that. The onus on he wants them to he wanted her to let her know is like there's gonna be loss in this fight, and he told them this in season 2 when they got their powers. He was like, you're gonna lose people. That's part of this whole superhero deal, that this is gonna happen. But you can't let this consume who you are. He told them this beforehand, and now they actually going through it, which is why I'm like, Anissa needs to get some of this humble pie too, because she been out there too much.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just like, yo, don't give up who you are. He didn't mean take your ass to the ionosphere. That wasn't the prologue.
And like she learns the wrong lessons. Since we on Jen, and since he shared a scene with her, we just gonna go over to Dr. Polaris. I knew he was a biggity bitch. If he ain't got the powers, he ain't shit.
He wasn't shit with the powers.
He's just that dude who be touching people at the movie.
Like
nasty white man.
I mean,
that fight was weak.
He got folded.
Yeah.
What did he do in that fight?
He threw some metal balls, and Jen dodged them.
But this is your hitter?
And then he deflected Jen's lightning, But the way they talk, maybe she did that on her own. Maybe she did that to fake him out.
No, I think she threw a weak electricity thing, so he was able to deflect that. And then she threw a stronger one and fried his.
And then as soon as his breastband went out, he's like, "Please, Jen, I'll suck your dick." And I was like, "What happened to that? I don't trust women."
And then the dumbest thing of all about Dr. Polaris. So you killed a teenage boy. Somehow you have footage of you doing this, and you carry it on a necklace. You didn't catch that when she
she downloaded that footage and put it on him as evidence.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, you really video recorded yourself?
But what I find funny is that when they watch that footage, it's literally going to be the scene from the episode.
Yeah.
Play it back.
Also, when they watch that footage, are they not going to see Jen throwing up a force field?
Exactly.
Are they just going to edit that out?
And that's my thing too. I was like, you literally giving up your secret identity with this. Because now it's like, oh, she's not wearing a mask, so I guess
This show remembers its continuity whenever it's convenient.
Exactly.
Anyway,
one more dumb Jen thing. At the end, after Jefferson got folded, Tobias calls her on the phone, and she's like, "Hi, Daddy," blah 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 blah, and then Tobias answers, and she doesn't like she talks.
It takes a minute for her to.
Yeah, and I'm like, she all but did that thing that teenage girls do when they lay on their stomach with their feet up and be talking on the phone.
On their tummy.
She literally did that.
You like scary movies?
As a weird side thought, why do Tobias and Jefferson have each other in their phones?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
When he went to call Tobias, it said Tobias Well in his phone, and then Tobias picked up the phone and it said Jefferson Pierce, and I'm like, you would think it would say Negro Glowworm or albino bitch in his phone, like why? I'm not giving you the dignity of putting your full government in my phone. Fuck you.
I'm more upset at the fact that when she heard Tobias, her first thing is, "Why are you having my dad's phone?" No, motherfucker, answer, "Where's my father?"
Exactly.
Like he had to literally go through that whole conversation, and then we like, you don't even ask about your dad. So, what kind of relationship y'all have?
I love how like he's like, "Meet me at the house in an hour." Like I feel like 5 hours.
Oh hell yeah! Because Gamby had to go. Gamby was at his house. Then he had to go to the Black Cave.
Make a device.
Exactly. Make a device. Jefferson had to go to the Black Cave.
Jefferson would go write a will, go back and give it to Lynn, and then make it over there to the. I'm like, how did all of this happen
in an hour?
But yeah, that's just this time.
What was Blackbird doing?
She was blowing up a facility that was doing something somewhere.
I'm glad.
I'm gonna get on Anissa real quick.
Okay. And I'm gonna get on Grace.
All right, we can tag team this one.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are grown. They? Okay, I know it's the writing.
Mm-hmm.
But literally every episode, they need something to fight about.
Thank you.
Every time.
And they don't. They really don't.
And I'm glad you say that. So, Grace is a hypocrite now because literally 2 episodes ago, she was like, "Why are you guys so intent on getting your powers back? Jesus Christ, you've only lost them for 10 minutes, but y'all literally trying to burn the city down to get y'all powers back." And then in this episode, we should try to get the powers back to those babies.
That was her motivation?
Yes, because she asked Anissa, she was like, "Is there any kind of way that we can give?" Yes, she did. She asked Anissa, "Is there any kind of way we can give the metagene back to these babies?" And Anissa was like, "No, that surgery was irreversible. It's permanent." And so then she was like, "Well, I don't think we should tell anybody."
Okay, that's what.
And then Anissa was like, "Yes, the fuck we do. They invaded their bodies. They should know about it."
Yeah.
But my thing is, she was on the train of giving them their powers back, and I'm like,
they just needed something contrary.
yeah, like now you on the other side of y'all literally walked across and Anissa knew it was bullshit shit. Because if you looked at Anitha's face when she had that conversation, she had her, she rolled her eyes like, yeah, whatever. I hate that I married you. I want to be a thought again. Okay, baby, hugs and kisses. I love you.
Can I ask another question? Why was she dressed like Blackbird?
And
Because she ain't got no powers.
She was, but she was dressed like Blackbird. But Grace was dressed like I'm going to the laundromat.
Right. I thought you had a mask too.
So again, why she dressed like Blackbird?
Because she can't get into her thunder suit.
And then the suit come on, I guess.
It activates on thought power.
Exactly.
She gotta make her cheeks clap.
So that leaves us with the two biggest bads, and I don't know who I should go with first, but I'm just gonna swing it on to the police chief.
You've been waiting on this one.
No. No.
I like how they try to couch her history in at the last second.
First of all, off screen doesn't count. Second of all, this doesn't make you sympathetic.
Nope.
Not at all. You're still a horrible piece of
And
shit.
a junkie.
3, your husband is a piece of shit too. That has nothing to do with everybody else in Freeland that's a
And
meta.
it's not Freeland's fault that your husband was weak.
Exactly.
So here's the thing. What irked me about this is the way they were talking. Her husband went on a fucking rampage, and Black Lightning or whoever had to stop him. And I'm like, when the fuck did this happen?
I don't know who stopped him.
Definitely not within the year after the Markovia incident, because Jefferson was not being Black Lightning.
Well, no, what literally happened was her husband got his powers, he went crazy and died.
And killed the sons too.
Yeah.
So
all these other men can handle their shit. But because your husband can't, it's everybody's lightning's fault.
exactly. And
Like
then Kashir or whatever his name is was like, so you really think that if your husband can go crazy like that and he was an upstanding good man, you think that you can just give meta powers to other random people?
I'm glad you said that.
And
Let's move on
to other police officers that you know
Was beating motherfuckers for violence.
exactly will just literally pull over and run children down in the street. And you don't think that giving them a meta power will enhance their already fucked up behavior?
Let's go over this plan. The plan was the serum works for 72 hours. Distribute them to the police. Give them time to acclimate to their powers, and go hunt down Lightning. So I made a list of why this shit doesn't work and why it's fucking stupid. 1, what are the powers? Like, do any of them track down Lightning? Because you don't know where this bitch stay at. 2, how long do they need to acclimate it? Because if it's 72 fucking hours full, then you wasted the time of that serum.
Mm-hmm. Like that plan is literally reliant on the fact that you think lightning will come out every day at 5 o'clock when the street lights go out. That is literally the plan.
To their credit, they were able to lure this bitch out.
That's
like social media.
And that plan isn't gonna work again because that motherfucker is dead.
Well, because he was lured out. She was lured out again and got killed by Dr. Polaris. So
okay, no, she went looking for Dr. Polaris.
No. It's about when old dude died. So she got lured out because the date got set up.
Okay, but that wasn't a lure. She went on a date. That could be any. That could have happened at any time. But what the only other thing she could do is be
I get what you're saying. Like they
basically she was saying.
What if Jefferson came into the room right after we saw that scene and was like, "Hey family, we going to Miami for the weekend," and then 72 hours is up when they get back.
No, well, the part that gets me about this whole situation is like no other metas have been active.
Exactly.
So my whole thing is you literally doing all this for one girl.
Exactly.
And here's number 3 on my list of shit that don't make sense about this plan. We just learned that your husband was weak and could not control his powers. Who is to say that any of them other motherfuckers on your police force isn't the same way?
And that's what old dude was saying. He was like, do you really want to trust that? But my thing is, I gotta give a slight against him, and I understand he was trying to be an upstanding citizen, and we need this to set this bitch up getting powers next week. But what really irked me was, I would have been like, I would have made the speech, and then I would have been like, but if you say so, I'll do it. Take the shit, take the metagene.
Flush it down the toilet.
No,
Or give it to Black Lightning.
give it to Black Lightning, because he also had meta dampeners too.
So I would have took the dampeners and gave it to Black Lightning.
And then take the meta juice, pour it down the toilet, put grape Kool-Aid in it, give it to the police, and then when they drink the grape Kool-Aid, immediately go back to her and say, that shit don't work, you got scammed.
Well, here's the part that kills me. This is the chief of police. You're taking unapproved medicine, pharmaceuticals, and you're distributing it to police that hasn't been tested, that have been approved by anybody, and you're just gonna pass this out to people without
you don't know what their medical conditions are.
Exactly.
Their powers will mess up with their medical.
or if they're meta-humans themselves. And my thing is, you are willing to sacrifice these people for what?
You remember she was like, you don't understand. If I don't bring in lightning, then I'll be the first and only female chief of police. Fuck you!
That doesn't make
How dare you go SJW now?
That doesn't make any sense. Like, why is your promotion or your job hinged on one teenage girl?
Exactly.
What kind of system are we living in?
And why not Black Lightning? He was running around.
Or
too.
what about the other metas that are actually quote unquote starting problems? You ain't searching for not one of them.
Now, Lala, you didn't search for the Adidas assassin. You didn't. Fuck, Looker was not even on your radar.
The Adidas assassin literally attacked 5 officers. And his ass
did not give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie, she had me down when she had that breakdown and ran into her office and was like,
You see her trying to smash a tablet that was in a safety. Shit won't budge. I wish my toddler got one.
Why don't you take that out and protect the taste?
What happened rolling is when she asked homegirl for the tablet, homegirl was like, this bitch gonna break my tablet.
You see homegirl at the computer like, that's not how computers work.
I ain't gonna lie.
She must have had like 12
when they
of
was
those.
tripping, all 3 of them was tripping on her, then she came and was like, oh shit, she's coming, baby.
I'll delete.
Yeah.
All them cops is fine.
Must be from Atlanta. Imported. Alright. My bad. I already know what you want to hit. Tobias. Alright, so.
Damn right I want to hit Tobias.
Okay, I'm glad we finally see Tobias' grand scheme. Sad it took 24 episodes, not really, to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But you've had the ability to take down the shadow.
Thank you.
The shadow capsule.
Thank you.
But you wanted to be let on to the.
You could do that the whole time. Why did you start with that?
Wait. My biggest thing is, I'm not even mad that you sent an assassin after somebody.
I am.
I'm mad that you got the Shadow Council's addresses.
Can I please speak on this? I need to speak on this. Why the fuck would I want to join this shadow government?
Exactly.
They can get clapped so
Y'all can
easy.
get clapped. Like, no, this is the part that gets me. The whole purpose that they had for the shadow government had for him was to control Freeland, become mayor, and control the metas. They didn't think for 1 second that with him controlling the metas, he can use that power for his own benefit, aka clapping them.
But see, here's the thing. You would think that if they wanted him to do that, then they had more power or control than he did.
Or they had contingency plans for it.
Exactly.
Like for example, if that was Amanda Waller, do you think he would have stuck Amanda Waller?
No.
Thank you.
And my thing is like, you took the whole mystique out of the fucking shadow cabinet or whatever.
First of all, one of them was from Texas, so I knew they had to be losers.
And then on top of that shit, you wasted our fucking time with that whole storyline. Because my thing is, if you could do that from jump, why did you go through this dance.
And the
Exactly.
only
Just
reason-
kill them and install your own people, and
And-
then you lead it.
And the only reason I knew that this is from Atlanta is because they had to go to Hartsfield Airport to get all them assassins where they and it was airport hub. I was like, that's the only way that they can make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, I can snap my fingers and kill you all. And I was like, you weak bitches.
And it's irksome because here we go piling on, turn on Tobias's God mode so that we can believe that he can do this shit. And then he was like, and we gonna do it everywhere. We gonna do it in Central City. We gonna do it in Star City. We gonna do it in Metropolis. And I'm like,
No, you not.
you will get clapped the moment you step in any of those cities.
But Christian, oh yeah, they want to stand a chance. But Christian, riddle me this. Who on his team is capable of doing that?
Of what?
Tracking down the shadow people.
That's it's
And whoever,
it's
bad writing.
And whoever
it's
this
clearly
is-
not Tobias because when
It's bad
the
writing.
Blue Ranger was on there, he didn't understand how to cut on the light switch.
Mhm.
But now you telling me he's able to track down, through a VR set where these people are?
It's
I'm
bad.
And who
Fucking.
is the dude that assassinated old boy? And why you not using him instead of Ishmael?
Well, why didn't you use him? Yeah, he could have
Shut up. That's why. Because we need Tobias to look as powerful as possible.
Why didn't you use one of those secret ninjas to kill Jen?
So
We need Tobias to look as powerful as possible so that when he says shit like, we gonna do this in Metropolis and I dare Meta to stop me, then we gonna believe when he beat the shit out of Superman somehow. So,
Go ahead.
I mean, if the nigga could kill God, who am I to question?
I'm starting to feel like if they don't take Tobias down, somehow this is going to lead into Painkiller Show. If they don't fully stop
please
him,
do
I
not
feel
do
like
that.
this is going to lead into Painkiller. But also because that VR set shit, like that reminded me of technology we saw when we went to that Painkiller episode.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminded me of that. And of course, you know, they got their own little shadow thing going on over there. Second thing, Tobias knows who Jennifer Pierce is, right? He knows that she's Lightning, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Why hasn't he just told the chief this?
I don't understand why he hasn't told the chief all their identities.
I don't understand
He
why.
could have did that from jump.
Why did he just don't sneak her at night and cut her goddamn throat?
Sneak all of them at night.
Exactly. Like, what is going on here?
So yeah, I think
Poor writing.
I'm pretty sure next episode. I didn't see the previews for next week's episode, but I'm assuming that
You haven't?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming that of course Jeff isn't dead,
Of course he's not.
and he's just trying to lure Lightning over there.
You'll never guess the powers the chief gets.
If you say
I'm not even
electricity,
gonna-
I'm getting the fuck out
What
of
you
here.
say?
You say electricity, I'm getting out of here. It's either that or it's gonna be like a fucking rock or rubber band or some shit.
Bye bye.
Sign us off.
Wrap it up. Go ahead and wrap it up.
Thank you guys for joining us.
We might not review the last episode.
Thank you guys for joining us for the last episode of as if what I'm thinking is about to happen. I'm not watching this shit. You know what? I will review it from the comfort of my own toilet.
We should let everybody know that we've been setting something up over on another platform called Twitch. We're gonna put the description in a link in the description below. So
basically, we need an outlet for all of our rage and violence. And basically, we've come up with two shows and bringing them back. One is called Inside the Ass Whooping. Basically, we bring our favorite fights to the forefront, and we give you a breakdown of how crisp and clean these ass whoopings really are from an angle you wouldn't suspect. And the other one is Casting Couch, where casting call. The other one is a port. Casting call, where we like to take a look at all these movies that have been cast wrong, which is all of them, and tell you who should be in these positions and why. So go ahead and follow us as we make these new travels to these new areas, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. As a matter of fact, we'll even put a link to some of our old Inside the Ass Whoopings and casting calls.
put their porns.
Casting calls so that you can get a reference of what we're doing and what we're getting back to. Anyway, we've been good. Like and subscribe, but until next time, God damn this show.
Because of course, because they couldn't think of
went
anything.
full.
They gave this
She went
bitch.
full. She was like, ah!
They gave this bitch lightning power, and I'm like,
What is the budget of this
how-
show?
$2.
what irked the shit out of me is you got to think about the logic behind it. That means Tobias had all the Pierce's DNA, because don't nobody else do lightning in Freeland but them. and if that's the case, why even fuck with other metal
So,
powers?
Can I ask a question? If I were going to go against lightning, I would put a power that would nullify lightning.
I would too, Kenneth.
Like,
But
He
I don't
didn't
know.
even know. She didn't even know what all the power.
Yeah, I think
No,
she just
she
took-
went through a heroin fit and just took whatever she did.
She was like, like
Make me
this is the
feel
filthiest
good.
shit ever.
Make me
Like, and we literally saw Lynn digging a toilet for drugs. Like this tops that.
Make me feel good, daddy. Yeah, okay.
And I was like, y'all could have given her
So,
anything.
y'all could have gave her some dignity.